Welcome to Senior here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nikki Tay.
And today we are reviewing Creed 2.
Directed by Stephen Caple Jr., starring Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone. Creed 2! So we're back in the shoes of Adonis Creed, picking right up where the first one left off. Well, not technically right where it left off, but we could assume, after he got his ass whooped in the first one, he was going to come back out, he was going to become the world champion just like his father. Of course. Who didn't see that part coming? But the real kicker in Creed 2 is that now he is faced with fighting the son of the man who killed his father. Gasp! How could they bring back Ivan Drago and his son Victor, the most Russian name you could give? You give him Victor. Okay, I'm here for it. Rocky 4. Who doesn't love Rocky 4? Especially after the tragedy that was Rocky 3. Shout out to Mr. T. Still, everybody likes Rocky 4, and if you don't like the Rocky franchise. And so Creed 2 is really is building that comparison, right? The Italians, they had Sylvester. The African Americans, we got Michael. And they are just going to bank and bread this franchise to be all it can be.
And this movie did not capture the same essence as the first movie.
No.
And the biggest reason why is because what the first movie did, that the second one didn't, was try to get away from Rocky, right? Try to make Creed his own character. Let's make it more about Creed versus about Rocky. Then this movie really is just banking on, like you said earlier, Rocky 4.
Don't do this.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands.
It's just taking some of that same, what if you never even seen Rocky 4? How would you even, what kind of emotion would you have for the fight? Would you even care about them coming back?
Do you even care about Creed if you saw Rocky 4?
That's
probably not. Probably not. Why are you here? Why are we doing this? Let's go. Just cancel it. The review is over. Thank you for coming.
That was it.
You didn't see Rocky 4. You probably didn't need to see Creed or Creed 2. But if you did, then you know how serious this is. This movie, like you said, does depend a little bit more on you knowing more of the backstory. And they do their best to try to fill in and show you, this is what happened. This is how serious it was. He didn't throw in the towel. He let him die. Because it was a big deal. They killed Apollo. It was like, whoa, where is this franchise going?
Is this a scary movie?
It was scary.
All black people always end up dead.
But this movie does do something that I like a little bit more. It is that it doesn't focus so heavily on what goes inside the ring for Adonis. What happens on the outside? Build the story, build the character, make us emotionally attached. And this movie definitely got more hooks in the heart this time around.
And I completely 1000% agree with you. Mm-hmm. Like, the movie does a good job of painting, really flushing out Creed even more than they did in the first movie.
Absolutely.
But, even with all of that flushing out of Creed, what makes a good movie when it comes to having an antagonist and a protagonist? They have to be on equal footing. And Victor got no shine.
That kid was raised in hate. It's dangerous.
None. He got his training montage. Good job. It was great. He did look like a monster. He's like a beast, a Russian killer. They did that. Yeah. They gave us all of that. But that was it. I really didn't care that much about him. To be honest with you, he only had 2 scenes in which he spoke. If you really sit and think about it, he only had 2 whole scenes in the movie where he had more than a word to say. How can I care about a guy when you only let him speak so little? Can he not act? Like, why didn't you give him more? Why? So when it came down to the fight, I don't care that whatever happened with his family, who cares? You didn't make me care. So why should I care in the last moments? I'm walking away from him too.
I agree. If you love Creed, you love Rocky, who cares about Ivan Drago? I've never asked myself, what happens to the boxers after they lose in a movie? Nobody cares. We're here to see our guys win. And if the ending was supposed to make me, feel for Drago, feel for, father and son, feel for what they have been through, you didn't get close. But I did feel for Creed, and that is what you are supposed to do, so you did do that part right.
And I agree with that. And honestly, some of the best things about this movie, to me, was the emotion. But also, Sylvester Stallone. If you acted the way you acted in these last 2 Creed movies throughout your whole career, you have a good career. I'm not saying nothing wrong. You would be on the top right now. If you gave me all these emotions and well-acted scenes in all of your movies, oh my God, you'd be Bruce Willis. You would have had a more Bruce Willis-like career. But in this movie, both actors did an amazing job of acting. They had it. Every time Creed was on screen, every time he was on screen, I'm like, Michael B. Jordan, this is why I love you. Continue to make movies. Please.
In closing, Creed 2 gives you everything that you want, which is literally Creed fighting Drago. We get to see Michael B. Jordan get the ass whooping he deserved from earlier this year. Shout out to Wakanda. And we get to see him come back, with style in Creed 2. Like I said earlier, very emotional. But again, it's missing, I think for me, a lot of just the freshness, right? Creed 1 was just so fresh. And now it's like, okay, we get it. Rocky movies have that same drum beat. Too predictable is a bad thing. In closing, I give this movie a 7.8. Strong movie. Definitely could have been better. Definitely not the worst thing I've seen. That would probably still go to Robin Hood.
This movie could have been really something special. It really did have the essence of a 9 type of movie. It did. It had the essence, in my personal opinion, to be something really special. But when you don't give the antagonist just as much as the protagonist in the movie, it diminishes it. And I think that maybe Ryan Coogler not being the primary director could have potentially affected that, because what he did in Black Panther, at the end you was rooting for, it was hard to know who you was rooting for. And if they would have brought that same essence to this movie, because there are things about Victor that I wanted. I was like, if you just give me more of that, then I would have really loved him as a character, but you didn't. You dropped the ball in that. I would probably have to give this movie a 7.75. I think this movie is enjoyable. I think the acting is phenomenal. The story is, it's a Rocky story. It didn't blow you out the water, but it didn't, just make you bored either. It had a lot of good stuff, but it could have been great stuff.
That completes the review for Creed 2. We got to see Adonis become the champ, lose, but win on a technicality. And then the rest of the movie. But if you've seen any Rocky, you know what happens. Like, can I really spoil a Rocky movie? Like, maybe the biggest twist was in the first one when he lost it. I did not see that coming. I was like, oh, they really stopping it. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our reviewing content.
The triple-double, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content.
The triple-double. It's a triple threat. You gonna say that every time?
Just a few times. The triple-double.
You keep saying it's a triple threat.
Oh, the triple threat.
Yeah, then why you gonna keep saying it? You gonna fuck it up. Twice. Got to redo all that. That was all bad.
I was gonna keep on.
No!
Like a beastie.
No, it's not. Don't forget you've seen it here. Keep that. How about that for the review? End it like that. If you the man. Play the music right now.